Hello friends, Nayaswami Hriman here with our noon broadcast of the unpublished writings of Paramhansa Yogananda. And I'd like to share with you something once again from Yogananda's articles on the second coming of Christ. That was his title. And the title of this particular article, published in October of 1937, was "The Isles Shall Wait for His Law." Prophecy of Isaiah. Here's the quotation. "Behold my servant, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold my servant, whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory, and in his name shall the Gentiles trust." Now, that's a very odd, that's, by the way, found in Matthew chapter 12, verses 17 to 21. That is, well, without somebody like Yogananda, who knows what that meant? So Yogananda is saying that Isaiah prophesied that Jesus would come and that he would have the blessing of God upon him. He says God can send forth a Savior on earth from time to time to relieve the misery, the spiritual misery, of his ignorant, stricken children, by trying to show them a way to salvation through the exemplary example of true sons of God who have attained salvation by self-effort. So he is paraphrasing here. He's saying, Isaiah, behold my child Jesus, who has developed himself to please me and become my beloved. Hence I have chosen him sometime in the future to act as the servant of a great message which will redeem many souls on earth. And so God signified to Isaiah further that Jesus, in his coming Christ consciousness incarnation, having already spiritually developed and being reinforced by the will and wisdom of God, would not have to strive to be spiritual. That's what's meant by he shall not strive. In other words, he'll be fully realized, nor cry for wisdom, meaning, have to learn and so forth. And that no ordinary human being walking on the streets of matter will be able to hear his voice unless he's spiritually advanced. That's what's meant by neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. In other words, it will only be those with ears to hear. Further, God signified that Jesus, the Son of God, would not be at all inwardly affected, though his spirit was encased in the fragile reed of the body, which might be bruised or crucified, that his spirit, burning with wisdom like smoking flax, would not be quenched or suppressed by the persecution of the flesh and crucifixion. So that's what he meant. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench. So that, anyway, so I think I said that. The sentence, a bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory, clearly declares that the body of Jesus, even though persecuted from all sides, would remain until the message of God was given. And by physical crucifixion, the power of spirit and goodness were to be declared lords over the tortures of flesh and the hatred of men. So, let's see what else he said. The prophet, he says that this is the correct interpretation is shown by the further words of the prophet Isaiah 42:14, which I guess Matthew didn't quote. He shall not fail, nor be discouraged, till he have set judgment in the earth, and the isles shall wait for his law. See, that's where he got the titles, the isles shall wait for his law. But that wasn't actually quoted in in Matthew, but it was part of the quote that Matthew took. In other words, he's saying the prophecies of saints can be understood only through self-realization and the developed intuition of true devotees. Let's see, and he goes on to say how inadequate the intellect is for that. Let's see. The isle shall wait for his law. And so this is a very excellent, I chose this example because when I saw it, I could not make heads nor tails of the quote of Isaiah. And yet what Yogananda gives here shines forth with real wisdom and is just so, not just revealing, but heartening to my devotee, disciple nature and my faith and trust in the words and wisdom of Paramhansa Yogananda, that he could take such a esoteric quotation in Matthew of Isaiah and make some sense out of it for my little intellect. Okay, well, that's going to end my little talk today, and I hope it makes it. We're having some technical issues with power outages up on our island, our beautiful island, which was another reason I was attracted to this particular reading, and so I hope this makes it to you.